Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. In case you didn't know, Books from K's is a charity that donates books to missionary kids. If you want to donate to the kids, you can do so at GoFundMe.com. There's a link down in the description. There's a little link up here that you can click on, and there is a button at the end of this video where you can donate to the kids. I thought that I had already read Fahrenheit 451. I went for the last 10 years thinking, oh yeah, I must have read that back in high school. Everybody read that back in high school. And turns out I never read it. So I decided to rectify the situation, and I sat down and I read it. And typical Ray Bradbury, I did not like it. So this is why. In case you don't know the plot of Fahrenheit 451, it follows Guy Montag, who is a fireman. But instead of putting out fires, he burns illegal books and the homes where they are found. But then his world falls apart when he meets a girl who kind of makes him think about the world a little differently. She teaches him to stop and relish life. And he meets an old professor who teaches him about a past where people used to think for themselves. I did not like Montag's character. Am I saying that right? Montag? I don't know how to say that. Whatever. The guy. His name is Guy. I did not like him. He's just so unstable for most of the book. I mean, there's character development and there's change, and then there's just psychotic breakdowns, and most of Guy's scenes were the latter. I wish that it was a story about a man awakening to the truth of reality and changing his life for the better and, finding a true purpose. But it's not. It's just not. I mean, it's about a man who loses his temper and stumbles around doing dumb things and getting himself into trouble because he just has a temper and he won't stop and think rationally. I just got really frustrated with him. He just kept doing really stupid stuff. And I was just, what is wrong with you, you idiot, I was really curious to read about this idea of a horrific future where books are burned, and knowledge is shunned. And I wanted to see the good guys triumph over the evil. But true to modern classic form, that's not really what happened. There's no real ending to the story. It just kind of leaves things hanging in this unsatisfactory way, and nothing is really resolved for the characters. It's just, I was kind of like, that's it? That's the end? We're done? Okay then. Where's the rest? The plot moves really slowly with plenty of philosophizing in between the action. But there is an immediacy to the writing that makes every little incident really important and meaningful. There's also the constant threat of the government, Big Brother and everything hanging over everyone's heads. So that certainly adds a lot of suspense to every scene, because you never know when the cops are just gonna come blazing through the door, I really like some of the ideas and the themes in this book, and that's why I gave it 3 stars. And the plot is certainly compelling, but I hate Ray Bradbury's writing style. I have always hated his writing style. Ray Bradbury and I have just never gotten along. I have read Dandelion Wine, and I have read Something Wicked This Way Comes, and this was Ray Bradbury's last chance. I was like, okay, this is his last chance to redeem himself, or to show me that his writing style is something that is actually readable, and I just hate it so much. He uses run-on sentences and fragments and mixed metaphors until I can barely tell what he's even trying to say. He is so unnecessarily verbose. Now, sometimes he will create this beautiful turn of phrase, and I will just sit there in awe, just amazed at the raw power of his words. But then he ruins it with another out-of-place simile. His writing is like this avalanche of words. I mean, if he just had a little control, his writing would be gorgeous and really potent. But he just pours out like this volcano of words onto the page, and it's all jumbled and incomprehensible. I did not enjoy reading this, but I do recognize some very good points in this book, And I can definitely see why it is so popular. But this was Bradbury's last chance. Like I told myself, if I didn't like this one, I was giving up on Bradbury forever. Sorry, Bradbury, we're done. I'm breaking up with you. We are never, ever getting back together. Ever. I'm really just so done. And I think that's okay. Once you have read 3 books by an author and you have hated them all, I think it's safe to say that that's just not your author. That's just not your thing. And that is all right. Please leave me a comment down below if you have read Fahrenheit 451. What did you think of it? What do you think of Ray Bradbury's writing style? Does it drive you crazy the way it drives me crazy? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.